Hi, welcome all of you to our course that is IPR 353. This course is having credits that is 1 plus 0, which means we are going to study only theory as per our schedule of this course. So, in this course, we are going to study different aspects which are related to intellectual properties. Now, what is meant by this intellectual properties? Okay, we have heard about the words that is property and rights. Okay, as we know, property means whatever tangible or intangible things which we owns. For example, we are having mobiles, we do have car or bike. Again, we are having some plots. Okay, so all these can be called as a properties. And as we know, rights are certain lawful things which are given by the law of court regarding our properties. So here in this course, that is intellectual property rights, we are going to study what is meant by this IPR, what are the different points covered in this our particular subject. So today we'll start with the syllabus of our course. So here in our syllabus, mainly introduction of IPR, then introduction to GATT, that is GATT, then World Trade Organization, then TRIPS and WIPO. Now all these institutions are nothing but the organizations which are prepared for the protection of these intellectual properties. Then treaties for IPR protection, in which Madrid Protocol, Berne Convention, and third one is Budapest Treaty. Next, types of intellectual properties and legislations covering IPR in India. That is, there are different types of the intellectual properties, in which mainly patents, second one is copyrights, third trademark, fourth industrial designs, fifth geographical indications, and next one is trade secrets. Then next topic is there, that is Patent Act 1970. Okay, so this is one of the act which formed to protect patents. Then patent system in India means what is the process to be followed to get the things patented. Then process and product patent, then filing of patent, patent specification, patent claims, patent opposition and revocation. This is nothing but getting things patented. Okay, for example, any researcher is there who have searched any new organism, any new thing, or he have developed any new protocol which is having economically importance. Okay, so all these things can be patented. For this particular process, this act is there, that is Patent Act 1970, in which all the processes which are related to the patent are explained, or we have to follow the process. Then next topic, that is penalties for infringement, compulsory licensing, patent cooperation treaty, patent search and patent database. Okay, so in this topic, we are going to study what are the different penalties we have to face if we are not following this intellectual property rights, or we are not following any laws which are having certain bindings on all individuals regarding trades and regarding intellectual properties. Next one is traditional knowledge, meaning and rights of TK holders. TK holder is nothing but the person or institution which is having knowledge of that particular thing. For example, in our India, in Adivasi region, in Melghat, or wherever location, wherever we are having this Adivasi Jamatis, at that place, these people knows very well about different plants. What are the uses of that plants, or where can we use that particular plant? Okay, in which medicinal properties are there. Other than medicinal properties, some economical important plants are also there. All this knowledge they have gone because of their practices, or which they got from their parents. Okay, this is called as traditional knowledge. And these traditional knowledge holders can be called as TK holders. So in intellectual property rights, these particular knowledge TK holders are also got some protection. Okay, so that nobody can copy their knowledge, or nobody can use their knowledge for their economical benefit. Next, Convention on Biological Diversity, then International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture. Okay, this is the treaty which protect different type of genetic resources. For example, and particular varieties which are having and rare genotypes which are having and good criteria, that can be protected by using this International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture. Next, that is Indian Biological Diversity Act 2002, and its salient features access and benefit sharing. Now this Indian Biological Diversity Act 2002, which covers the protection of biological diversity, so that, as we know, biological diversity means what? Number of plants included in it, number of animals included in it, or different location which is having a specific biological diversity. For example, Himalaya region. Okay, so this is one of the biological diversity. So if there is a no protection for this biological diversity, and huge use of this biological diversity will takes place, and because of that we are not able to keep it for our future purpose, or we are not able to use it in our next. Okay, now the next point is there, that is UPOV, in which we are going to study about what is this UPOV, what is the origin, what is the history related to this particular institution. Then again we are going to study one more topic, that is PPVFRA Act of India. Okay, this is nothing but the protection of plant varieties and farmers right Act of India, in which we are going to study what are the plant breeders rights, what are the process can be followed for registration of plant varieties under PPVFR Act 2001, and researchers and farmers right. Okay, so this is the outline of our subject, in which we are going to study this number of things, number of topics. Okay, actually very interesting subject, which included last year in our syllabus, that is in our new syllabus. So we will start with our today's topic, that is introduction to intellectual property and what is this IPR. So first of all, as we know, properties means number of examples are there. Okay, for example, we own our home, our bicycle, our mobiles. Okay, so this is also the nothing but the properties. But what is this intellectual properties? Okay, so here intellectual properties means what? And any creativity which is invented by that particular individual. Okay, intellectual creativity means what? Any research scientist is there who have developed any new product, or any institute is there, for example Tata Motors. Okay, so in this Tata Motors they are having their research team which is forming a new models of vehicles for the company. Now this particular model of the company should be used by Tata Motors only. Okay, if anybody else copying the same thing, then that can be against this IPR laws. Okay, so this is one of the example. Then another one is there, that is any novel or any new book which is wrote by any scientist, by any author. Okay, so this novel book is there, that should not be copied. Okay, and for that purpose one form of IPR is there, that is copyright. Under this copyright we are able to protect our books from copying anybody else. Okay, so all these are the intellectual creativities created by that particular creator. So this is called as intellectual property. Now here definition is given, that is intellectual property rights is a lawful right of an individual granted by government for a specified period on the ownership of property created through his intellect, or it is for effective use of knowledge for economic growth. Okay, so intellectual properties are the properties which are the coming from a person of mind. Okay, so all these are new ideas or whatever new things which are coming out from our mind, which should be having some economic value, that can be called as intellectual property. And for the protection of this intellectual property, government is giving some exclusive rights to that person who is involved in this research, can be called as a intellectual property rights. And one important point related to the intellectual properties is that these properties can be protected for an specified period. Okay, now what is this specified period? So that we'll see one by one as per our lectures. Okay, for example, IPR is having 5 to 6 different forms, in which patent is there, copyright is there, then trademark is there, trade secret is there, and all these forms of IPR are having a different period of protection. Okay, so after that particular period, that can be used by the people's, or can be used by the society without any fees. Okay, so this is about the intellectual property and intellectual property rights. Okay, again once again we will see another definition, that is the right of an inventor to derive economic benefits from his invention. This right is called as intellectual property rights. Okay, moving to next slide. Need of IPR. Now what is the necessary, or what is the need of this particular IPR? Is there any use? Yes, exactly. Here every creation requires time, energy and effort. Okay, so whenever we are having any research, in case of agriculture, in case of IT sector, in case of literature, all this research requires time, energy and efforts from that particular individuals or institutions. Okay, second thing is that for this particular research it takes lot of time. Okay, it may vary from few minutes to few years. Okay, for example, any small research is there which may take some hours or some weeks, but in case of large projects we need to we need to work on that for years. Okay, then we will get some yield from that particular project. Next one is that in addition, it requires certain amount of real capital and of course the education or knowledge. Okay, so here and basic theme is that if any research is there, any new book is there, any new music is there, we need to work on that. We need to take an efforts. We have to spend energy, time and also capital on that project. Then only we will get some positive results from that our research. Now if we are doing it for the years and somebody is copying these particular results in one day or some sort of time, then what will be the use of this research to that researcher or to that institute? Okay, so here because of intellectual property rights we are able to protect these rights of that researcher, of that any author is there. Okay, so it is necessary to recognize and respect the intellectual creations of creator so that he will get some benefits from his research. Okay, institution and individuals have to attain innovative capabilities of their product which need protection to ensure that innovations are rewarded. Okay, so after doing a certain research for 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, any company or institution are getting some positive results. Okay, so for from that positive results, that institution or company should get some benefits. Okay, some economical value. So for that purpose we need to protect that. Okay, that should not be copied by somebody else. That's why these intellectual property rights are playing an important role in this particular protection purpose. So moving on the next slide, here highlights or the points related to IPR. Okay, in which IPR is playing an important role to in enhancing the performance level of institution. Okay, so here IPR is motivating an institutions to do the research. Okay, so because of that, performance level of that institution is getting increased. Next, to give recognition and financial benefits to the efforts for the creativity. Okay, so through IPR it is possible to get financial benefits from the research. So here also IPR is playing an important role. Next, create competition among the researchers and institution for quality of research. Okay, so here for example we are having a bike of around 1 lakh rupees. Okay, later on same type of bike developed by some other company in 90,000s. Okay, so here the society is getting benefited because of this competition in two companies or two institutions. So this is one of the important aspect of IPR, that is competition among the research, and from that society will get benefited. Next, to have return on investment in research. Okay, so as we discussed, for conducting any type of research, we need to spend money, time, and also lot of efforts. Then only we are getting some positive results. So as we are spending a lot of things on that particular research, it is also necessary that we should get some returns. Okay, it may be economically, it may be in other forms also. Next one, to fasten the technology transfer through licensing and other means. Okay, so here in IPR, as we discussed, the number of forms of IPR are there. Okay, and from this particular, the licensing will be takes place of this research, and because of this licensing, the institution or research fellow will get benefited also. As the technology is getting transferred, that will also indirectly benefit to that of society. Next one, that is, when the period of protection expires and the creation and inventions enter the public domain, the public can realize benefit at low cost. Okay, so whatever new technologies are there, whatever new protocols are there, or new products are there, that can be benefited to the society. Okay, so indirectly through IPR or intellectual property rights, society is getting benefited. So because of this IPR, indirectly society is also getting benefited. Also institution or organization or the scientist who is involved in that research is also getting benefited. So overall, because of the intellectual property rights, we are able to protect different type of researches, different type of new protocol developed, different types of the product developed by the companies, and those companies and those researchers will be getting benefited because of the IPR. So this is about the our introduction to intellectual property rights and outline of our syllabus. Okay, so from the next lecture onwards, we will start with what are the different forms of IPR and what are the different treaties involved in this intellectual property rights. Thank you for today. See you in next lecture. Bye bye.